Live better and longer with the Fitzness Show, hosted by fitness expert, author, and TV personality Fitz Koehler. She'll tell you why diets are dumb, supplements are snake oil, and the truth about how you can earn a lean, hard, pain-free, and athletic body. Now for our favorite bossy blonde, Fitz Koehler.
Hi team, I'm Fitz Koehler, your fitness expert from Fitzness.com, and welcome to the Fitzness Show. Today, I have my partner in noise. That's right, the other half of Team Noisy is here, Rudy Novotny. Heidi-ho, Rudy.
Hi, Fitz. How are you? Happy Noise Day.
Happy Noise Day, indeed. So I'm going to start off by giving you a hard time because it feels like it's been forever and a day since you've agreed to come on my fabulous podcast.
Well, it's always fun to come on, but I have to admit that I really enjoy your other guests much more. The podcasts have been really, really fun. I'm still laughing at Rob's holding up a bank in California with a bagel.
Oh, sadly, it's true, right?
Exactly.
That's how I come armed. Boy. So, but it has been making me very sad that you've been avoiding me, even though we spend lots and lots of time together.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll stop avoiding you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be avoiding you very, very little in the next several months. We've got a lot going on. I'm sure you'll want to cover that.
I know, you poor SOB. Stuck with me. So for those who don't have any idea what's going on here, Rudy and I are race announcers, and we are blessed to do many together. We host plenty of events separately, and I think we're pretty decent on our own, but I think we're even better together. What do you think?
I think it's just a blast working with you. I think we really seem to bring out the best in each other, and as much as we do well apart, at least on my side of the country here, these people hear about you or hear you, and it's all of a sudden I'm not working alone anymore.
No, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness. And I love coming to work with you. So I'm going to start off with the most selfish question in the world. This is going to be so easy for you, Rudy. Are you ready for question number one?
I'm ready. What's question one, Fitz?
What is your favorite part of working with Fitz Koehler?
Oh, boy.
How obnoxious is that?
Oh, boy. My favorite part of working with Fitz Koehler is that generally you pack and bring with you to everything you do sunshine, rainbows, puppy dogs, and butterflies.
Aww.
There are no bad days with Fitz Koehler, in part because they're not allowed.
Right.
So, anybody who could make me smile at last year's OC Marathon when it's about 40 degrees and raining and hailing is somebody special. So that's my favorite thing, Fitz.
Well, that's very sweet. Plus, you're right, I don't allow you to have the flat face.
No. Great, you had to bring up flat face.
So everybody sees this most magnificent smile. Rudy, but he gets irritated and he gives me the flat face. And then I shake my finger and I say, no flat face.
Well, of course, the truth is that Fitz saw the flat face well before it was given to her, when it's been given to, let's just say vendors, timing companies, and other people who were having difficulty performing. She looked over and she said, ooh, that's not pretty.
No, and that's beyond flat face, because this is our dirty little secret show, apparently, because everybody always sees the super crazy happy part of us, and Rudy especially. So my very first race with Rudy was my very first race ever, and there's 25,000 people there, and it's all yay fun. And then the timing mat stops working, and we stop getting names on the computer so we can do our job. And Rudy has a dark side, a very intimidating, a different type of noisy side. So he starts barking at these people, and instead of me engaging, I just kind of creeped away and moved as far back to our stage and minded my own business. You are a pit bull, my friend.
Okay, now you said barking. Actually, the truth of it is, most of my intimidation is just a glare with a little smidgen of of barking.
very, very intimidating from the biggest, happiest smile on the planet. You go from one thing to the other so fast, and
Lovely.
I've learned to stay out of it.
There goes. About 300 friends just bailed on my Facebook page. Oh, he really isn't very nice after all.
No, you're effective and powerful at what you do. And so what's good for me is now I've taken that bravado you've shown me. And so when I'm across the country hosting some other race without you, I know how to get stuff done. So it was all leadership and role modeling with your story.
Oh boy, nice turnaround, Fitz. Nice job.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite parts of working with you is that you're so together. I mean, you brought me into the profession, which I'm a trillion billion % grateful for, and I love it. But you really lead by example, and it's nice to be your sidekick.
Well, that was very easy to do because you are absolutely a natural in every way. You had so much experience that was related that I don't even know if we went. I think we probably have gone through on another podcast how that all rolled out at OC. But you just took what really is a major event as your first foray into race announcing and showed what a pro you were and just grasped it. And, most people start with a 100-person 5K, maybe 200 people. No, not Fitz Koehler. She starts with about 15,000 all in at the OC marathon, half marathon, and that whole weekend. And you did a great job. It was fun.
Well, it was fun. That's a great description, but I certainly wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for you. And then the other favorite part I have of working with you is when you dance, Rudy. I love it when you dance.
Oh, this is really going to heck.
You're welcome.
Yep. Left foot, right foot. Yeah, I'm rocking it.
He rocks out so hard, and it's poor
That's
Rudy because we're out in front of bazillions of people, and I go, all right, folks, this is a part of the show when Rudy starts to dance, and all eyes go on that poor man.
Oh, and all the people at the senior center go, there he goes.
Ooh la la, shake that thing.
There goes our boy.
Oh, so on the flip side, I'm going to turn it. What's your least favorite thing about working with me?
My least favorite thing? Well, I can't think of a least favorite thing. You won't take direction when I tell you important things like take a break. Oh my gosh! You tell Fitz Koehler we're in a roughly 8-hour, marathon announcing fest, and I mean that in every use of the word marathon. Of course, it is a marathon, and it's a long, long time. We can be out there 7-8 hours. So I say, hey, take a 15-minute break. Go to get some coffee or no. What? Fitz, take a break. Why not take a break? I don't want to miss anybody. She's completely serious. The thought of Fitz missing actually anybody, but particularly somebody she's got extra love for or somebody she's waiting for is so petrifying she just won't have it. So
that's actually that was actually going to be my least favorite thing about you is when you tell me to take a break.
See? So it's perfect. So we're right on target. Yeah, it's like I take breaks. You need a break. There's things like bathroom breaks and little things like that, or get a cup of coffee.
I know, but you know what's so nice, and I think we've come to a beautiful little agreement at Carlsbad Marathon where you took a break and you just brought me back some niceties.
Yeah, whatever.
That's a nice break. But yeah, I remember last year at M.S.E.S.S when I was sick. I had food poisoning the night before, and I didn't want to tell you how bad I felt because I didn't want you to yell at me to take a break. I figure I'm just not going to tell him so he doesn't scold me all day.
Well, yeah, you rallied really. I mean, I knew how bad you were feeling that day, and I've only had one event, and it was the Carlsbad Marathon, San Diego Marathon at the time, where I had just a gnarly fever. I was probably running 103 fever, something like that. It was just a really rough weekend. And as they say in show business, the show must go on. So I just wasn't in a position to find somebody to replace me, and you put one foot in front of the other. But you rallied. You did great. You were nobody would have known that you were essentially on death's door.
Well, the night before, I was, recovered it certainly enough to do my job that day, but I definitely didn't want to tell you when I was having moments, because I thought, oh, he's just going to tell me to go sit down, and then I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, folks, that's what's happened when you try to take Fitz Koehler to a nice dinner, which was a very nice perk given to us from the race directors. They said, hey, just go out on the town and have a really nice dinner on us. Okay. Not going back there.
No, it didn't work out so well, huh?
Not so good. I
will never have chicken parmesan before race day ever again.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you've had a bunch. Well, we have had a ton of fun of events already this year. What's it? Early February.
Already unbelievable.
Yeah. So Walt Disney World Marathon is one of your biggest events of the year, and that was tons of fun. What was your favorite part about that weekend?
Favorite part? Well, Fitz, it's always, and I think it's very much the same for you, and particularly at Disney, where there's so many people that I've met. It's just seeing everybody again. It's people come from 50 states and Brazil and all over the place to converge on Marathon weekend, and it really is special. I mean, it was a special celebration because it was an anniversary, but it's a great opportunity to see friends that you haven't seen in a while. Some people just do one Disney a year, and some people are doing less Disney, but they show up for Marathon weekend, and it was just a really, really fun time, as you know.
I definitely had a blast. You've heard my comparison to the people who do the Dopey Challenge, the 5K, 10K half full. They walk the parks all day and drink all day or night. I have compared them to robot people because it doesn't make sense that a human would be able to keep up with all that. What is your assessment of the people who can swing all of that?
I honestly am absolutely amazed. I am impressed. I am blown away. As someone who has never done back-to-back I've raced a lot, but I have never done back-to-back races on 2 days. Nevertheless, Dopey 4 days. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's no joke. I don't care how you do it. Some people say, I'm just going to take it easy and take a lot of pictures and everything. I don't care how you do it. It's still a lot of miles. It's 4 days of running back-to-back, or if they're doing goofy, it's the half and the full. It's incredible. It's crazy. It's just absolutely. I don't even know what else to say. I'm not doing it. Let me put it that way. Even when I'm done announcing, it's not happening for me.
No, because you don't even go to the parks. You're too tired to go to the parks.
Oh yeah, and all the people that do, and then some of the people that work the expo. Some of our vendor friends who.
Oh my God, that's so hard to stand all day and then go run.
They do it on expo legs, and some of them, like our friends from Running Skirts, Cindy, they're just so fast. That's not fair.
No, but speaking of fast, I'm going to transition into one of your personal race highs, because a couple of weeks ago, you strapped on a bib and did a 5K.
I did. It was time. I just had a wonderful opportunity given to me, and I wasn't working, so hey, why not? Why sleep in when you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. or whatever it is? And a good time right on the coast here in beautiful Southern California. Little 5K. It was the It was the Cardiff Kook 5K. Lots and lots of fun. First race for me of any distance in 6 years.
And so what holds you, besides the busy race schedule, and you and I have talked this before, where I go, come on, Rudy, just go do it. What, I don't know, what keeps you from participating in races more often?
Fear.
Oh, so sad. So honest.
Right, exactly.
What are you afraid
of? Reality. Next question.
Oh.
Well, I mean, have a reasonably significant race past. Significant meaning just that I've run a lot of races.
And you were faster than hell. You did a sub 3 marathon at Big Sur. Faster than hell.
I'm no big deal, but you just need to, seriously, you need to face the father time, mother time, person time has taken a hold, and you don't got what you used to have. So even this 5K was my personal worst.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, it was my personal worst, but I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Don't misunderstand. I'm okay with it. It's my fastest time in my 60s, having just turned
Go on.
64.
Go on.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
Fastest time in my 60s. It's just, it's just getting slower. Just getting slower, and having to face the reality of that. And but again, I had a wonderful time doing it. It's a beautiful course. And I really, what I was hoping to do is I was hoping to run 24 minutes ish. I was hoping to be in the 8-minute per mile range. And, as I told a lot of friends, I just wanted to finish top 10 in my age group with hopefully 11 or more people in my age group. Mm-hmm. And all those things were fortunately accomplished.
No.
And I really enjoyed myself.
But you need to go on. Come on.
Jeez. I ran 22:33, which was much faster than I expected. It was very hard. It hurt. And which I think if you're going to, really put it all out there, and that's the only way I race personally. I don't stop for pictures. I don't stop for character. I don't stop for character stops. And I was second in my age group, and the first was way ahead of me, a very, very talented runner who's also from Carlsbad. And it was a really wonderful experience, and it was very, very affirming. It really made me excited for my current fitness level, because I'm only running, 25, 30 miles a week with no speed work. I'm really not race prepared at all. So kind of got me excited.
Yeah, you should be excited. And I'm going to do a brief comparison here. I think there's 20 years between us and 10 minutes between us, you jerk. You're 10 minutes faster than me or something like that. You're an amazing athlete. I think you, in my book, and you said fear, but I think sometimes, and this is what I'm getting, is that you hold your professional status, you're, Rudy, the race announcer, and I think you think other people have high expectations of you out on the course as a runner. And I think people were just so freaking excited to know you were there. Half the people didn't even get to interact with you or see you. But in the aftermath, when they knew they were on the same course with Rudy Novotny running, they were swooning all over the place.
Well, you're very kind, Fitz. I mean, when I said I was going to do it, when I posted on Facebook in the morning that, hey, look what I'm going to do, I got lots and lots of love and encouragement, and people were extremely supportive, which was super, super nice. And yes, you are correct that I hold myself to an unreasonable standard. Let me put it that way. Mm-hmm. And there are a number of people out there who, have an idea of my previous performance, and so I let that affect me. But people were great. They were super supportive. When I finished and, my times were out, they were, everybody was super, super nice. And it was fun being at the race and getting these double takes. Hey, where's your microphone? Wait a minute. Some people just don't know the other side of me or you or other announcers that actually are runners, you run too? Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was, it was really fun, and I hope to squeeze in a little more racing this year.
I hope you do. I was so excited when you told me you were going to do that. That was very exciting. I was so proud of you too. I was tortured that I wasn't there working the event.
You were very kind, and it was nice to have a good friend that was on the microphone, my buddy Jim O'Hara, gave me a big hoorah when I crossed the finish line, and it was actually very nice to be on the other side of things.
Yeah, I mean, I have the luxury of having, I legitimately feel zero pressure when I'm running a race, and I don't necessarily care what other people think of my time. And once I stopped fighting, I kind of lost all of that athletic competitiveness, and I just simply go out for fun. And, so I do feel for you that you do have that burden, because I don't carry it with me. I would love for you to let it go.
I'll work on that. That's all I can say.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So next up on our list, after we left Walt Disney World, which was incredible, and my home base for stinky, sweaty hugs, is Carlsbad Marathon, which was the next week.
That's right. We just kind of went from one event over to the other, back to my hometown, and really, pretty much where it all started for me personally. As far as announcing, was my friends with In Motion, Carlsbad Marathon, and boy, we had a beautiful weekend there as well.
Oh, it really was fantastic, wasn't it? Beautiful weather, nice people. Now, what was your favorite part of that race weekend?
I think always being in your hometown, so many people and of course, a new course for the marathon was very exciting. They went to a 2-loop coastal course, so it was interesting to see, what would develop from that. So, of course, we had a new course record for the marathon, being a new course, and having Fitz Koehler there for the first time.
That was really fun. It was a great event.
They do it. They do an absolutely fantastic job. We had the Lego Kids Magic Mile, and of course the marathon and half marathon. First year back for the 5K. It's really a wonderful event, and I guess I would have to say among my favorites. Particularly being able to roll out of my own bed and get in my car, go a grand total of about 2 miles.
It's incredible.
And I'm at the start line. It was a super fun weekend for sure.
All right, so I got 3 highlights of the weekend from me. Number 1 was my new baby friend, Julia, at the Legoland thing.
Oh, Julia. That was incredible.
That was adorable. So we're up high on our little tall princess tower, announcing or waiting for the kids to arrive. So none of the kids are there yet, and it's just basically a place where people are parking behind our stage. And there's this little teeny tiny 18-month-old with pigtails. She's supposed to be walking over to the place where you get your shirts with her parents, and she saw us. And I waved and I said, "Hi, baby," or something ridiculous like that. And she turned, and what did she do?
It's still such a vivid memory. She turned away from mom and dad and bolted towards you like Rudy to an ice cream cone.
Oh. Very good description.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was like you were Tinkerbell or something, and she just gave you the biggest hug. Oh, it was adorable.
It was
adorable.
Perfection. I went running down the stairs of our stage, and we had this magical little hug. Oh, this kid. Hopefully, she's not so comfortable with all strangers, but from what I hear, is all day she told her mommy and daddy that she loved my jacket and my hair. So that was pretty special stuff. I felt great about my jacket and hair, obviously. And then she came back out yesterday before her dad ran the half marathon to give me hugs at the finish line of the 5K or some. She's so sweet.
Yeah, it was a total Julia Fitz love fest.
I know. And that's the kind of fans I want. I want cute, cuddly ones. And then we had Team Hoyt.
Oh, Team Hoyt. We had a huge contingent from Team Hoyt.
So tell the people about Team Hoyt if they don't know.
Well, Team Hoyt is a group of folks with the children are intellectually challenged, and some of them have
physically
challenged.
Yeah,
correct. and the moms and dads essentially push them in really cool, not your typical running joggers, if you will. I mean, some of these children. I think James Pathman's son Riley has got to be 100 and he's still a young man, but 120 pounds, ish.
Many of them are full-size grown adults in their racing chairs.
Right. I mean, I think some of the earliest parts of Team Hoyt were Dick Hoyt and his son that actually did full Ironmans. They actually did Kona.
Yeah.
Which is something incredible. But Team Hoyt, just a great group. I don't know, Fitz, what was there? Was there 15-ish?
22.
Oh, geez, thanks for the correction on that. Oh, and just the most loving, just celebratory people, just happy to be out there being part of everything going on. And they go all over the country. What a group. What a wonderful spirit. And the kids love it, and the camaraderie between the parents and the children. It really is something special.
Yeah, I love that for these people who have had their ability to move stolen in so many ways, get to go out and be athletes. They get to wear the race bib and go the distance, and it's my favorite. I mean, we've talked about this before. I completely admire the elites, the fastest people, but it's these gritty people that are overcoming big things, little things. Oh my gosh. It's so
true.
It's a privilege to be there with them, isn't it?
It really is. It really, really is. Anybody, and of course we celebrate anybody overcoming any kind of challenges, but it's been a long time since we've used the word disabled, because we don't see disabled people. We see some people that have a number of different challenges, but they come and they overcome and they shine, and it truly is an honor to be present and to be able to send them off and, of course, to bring them home.
Yeah, that's very exciting pieces of our puzzle. And then following up with our dear friend, Dr. Brian Solberg.
Brian Solberg doing Marathon 100 on foot. Incredible.
Absolutely.
And you've gotten to know Dr. Brian very, very well over the last couple of years.
I think we are kind of sweethearts a little bit, Rudy.
I think you have a lot of sweethearts.
I fall in love pretty quickly, it seems. Yeah, he's incomplete quadriplegic. Was told he'd never walk again. Did many marathons in chairs, the push rim and the hand cycle, but he got himself up on foot, and all year he's been doing sometimes 2 marathons a week, maybe more. Not all of them are official races, but he's gone that distance. He's already beaten that, but that was a very special day where he brought out his harem of Wonder Women.
I mean, come on. That guy rules. I want to party with Brian more often, because he has got that bevy of babes, all of which are wonderful, adorable, gorgeous, and fast on top of it all.
Ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. And that's really the common thread amongst. Brian runs with guides, and the guides help him do things like open up his nutrition, grab his water. He has, besides the walking braces, he's got tremors in his hands, so he just could use some on-course support. But they're never some dude with a mustache and bad hair. They're always gorgeous, right?
There's dudes with mustaches and bad hair in that group. No, there's not. I don't think, with all due respect to those people, I don't think they're allowed in
no.
Dr. B's bevy of beauties.
He is prejudiced against running with anyone underneath the level 10 on the rating scale.
Exactly. I think there's a couple 9s there. And
barely. And they're all decked out on this day in blue skirts with white stars and the red Wonder Woman tank tops. It's obscene and spectacular at the same time, right?
Yeah, and Brian is truly a very, very special person in many ways, Boy Scout troop leader for, I don't know how
Eagle
long.
Scout leader, Rudy. You got to get that
He is,
right.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that they were all Eagle Scouts. I know he's got lots of Eagle Scouts out there. I don't know if he is one himself. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. But he just dedicates so much time to others. He is a longtime volunteer for Challenge Athletes Foundation and just gives. Just one of those special people that it's just a pleasure to be there and celebrate something as big as his 100th marathon. It was just wonderful.
Really cool. And so, of course, he shows up at all of our races with this sign. It's what does he say about you? It's what's the, it's Rudy
I think
Rocks.
I just get Rudy.
Okay,
And
Rudy, and I'm Fab
right.
Fitz.
Right. Yeah, and he rolls out the sign and lets us know how much he loves us as well.
So sweet. But I told him, I said, Brian, no sign tomorrow. Do not bring the sign. This is all about you. But he did. He had one of his Wonder Woman carry it. And how pathetic was the sign I made that morning?
Well, it was last minute. We do our best, and you did a fine job.
Oh, thank you. I said, Rudy, I need some poster board because I'm, 3,000 miles away from home. And Rudy goes, I have some poster board at home. And I thought, when are you doing arts and crafts, man? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a very old project that never got off the ground. But happy to have that poster board when you needed it.
I did my best, but compared to Brian's, my signage wasn't so fancy. So we talked about your race high being that second place age group award, you silver medalist. But yesterday you had a race low. It wasn't even a race low, it was a running low.
Yeah, I guess low would be the operative term.
Really low.
Yeah, low. How low can you go? Oh, I'll tell you how low I can go. Well, it seems, Fitz, that just about once a year I take a fall. And yesterday, I think I was past due. I think somehow the universe knew I was probably at about 14 months or 15 months since my last fall. So I was out on the coast doing a very modest run, and I did something that is just not a good idea. I decided to do a slight extension of my run when I should have just wrapped it up and turned into to a little trail area on the cliffs in Carlsbad. Nice little kind of dirt path that's not very long. And about 5 steps into that, I dragged my feet, hit a rock, and went down face first, not on my face, fortunately, but just fell forward and splat on my knee, rolling over onto my shoulder, sore thumb, and of course this happens right in front of a very pretty girl watching the ocean. Yeah, couldn't do it alone.
No, it's almost like the tree falling in the woods.
Exactly. Yeah, so I have a bruised knee, and I'll be just fine. It's more ego than anything else. I meant to do that one. How did I look?
And did you spring right up, or did you give yourself a minute to stay down?
Actually, that was a fairly significant one. I just kind of laid there for a moment. She came over to make sure I was okay, and I'm just fine.
Oh.
About 30, 45 seconds on the ground, and got back up and kept on running because that's generally what we do.
Oh, I'm so sad for you. I'm sorry that happened.
Oh, yeah, you're really sad. I can tell. We had to include it in this podcast.
No. Well, it's real, right? It's part of the deal.
It is real. And right now, all the trail runners that are out there, and I know there's a lot that listen to your podcast, are going, big deal. He fell. Hey, dude, do you know how many times I fall along the trail? And I know a lot of them do, Some of this single track trail and some of this really gnarly stuff some of these trail runners run on is just, packed with opportunities to fall on your face. Well, that generally is not my That's not the turf I run on. So for me, this was yesterday was the opportunity, and I'll be just fine. Thank you very much, Fitz Koehler.
Well, you will, but there's nothing like hitting concrete or hard stuff, especially as a grown-up. I don't know how I did it so frequently as a child and kind of kept a good disposition, because if I felt like that on a regular basis, I'd give up. I'd never get out of bed.
I think as kids, we're more, I think we have more roll to us, you know? I think there's just more of a bounce factor. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am so glad I was not there. Although I would have loved to be helpful for you, but to watch you go down like that, I don't know how much help I would be. I would freak out a little bit.
I was fumbling around for the little button that I don't have.
Falling and I can't get up.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
So that reminds me, because you were talking about being goofy, is remember we went out for pizza post-race a couple years ago? So I'm going to...
Yes.
Okay, well, not that we haven't done that a couple times, but I forget what race it was, but we went to a pizza place, and we were in your Prius. And we went in, and I don't know what we ate, but like pizza, lasagna, but nonetheless, we had eaten so much that I was stuffed and you were stuffed. And when we were done, I said, okay, I'm going to go use the restroom. And you said, meet me out in my car. Said,
right.
So anyways, I come out of the restaurant and it's nighttime.
Come on, I don't think you're going to be able to get through this one.
It's pretty bad. So I come out. All right, folks are going to need to fast forward. It's so bad. So I go out to his car and I open up the passenger side and I look in and sorry. He's eating noodles from the Chinese place next door, and all I can focus on is I'm focusing on the noodles, thinking, oh my God, how are you eating again? I was appalled. And then I looked up, and it wasn't you at all. It was some other guy, and he's just staring at me chewing.
Okay, wait, I have to interrupt. You did a terrible job telling that story.
Oh, no!
All right, folks, here's what happened. She comes out. I'm in my car facing the restaurant. I see, I have the best view there is. She walks over to this other car. She gets in and sits down. And I'm watching this, wondering, what in the world is going on? And this guy doesn't miss a beat. He's eating these noodles. She's looking over at him. He's looking over at her like he just won the lottery. And then about 30 seconds later, she emerges from the car, and I'm dying because I pretty much understand what's happened here. And she's laughing so hard she can barely make it over to my car. Gets in my car. I think it took us 5 minutes to even move because we were both laughing so hard. We weren't even talking. Oh, that was a blonde moment unlike any other I have ever witnessed.
Oh man, that was so funny too. And the worst for this poor man is when I realized what happened, the big monkey laugh I let out into his face. There was no, oops, sorry. There was, right. I don't think I got in a word edgewise. I just left his car screaming, laughing.
To this day, he is probably still telling that story on a weekly basis to anybody who will listen.
Oh, I'd love to hear his version of it. That's for sure.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. That was a Fitz Koehler moment that will be part of your legacy, whether you like it or not.
Oh.
And I appreciate your good sport to share that one because that was epic.
Oh, that was so funny. All I can imagine is that I'm usually so tired after a big marathon. I'm just so tired. My brain is done. Don't you feel like you're mentally done?
Yeah, but not that done.
Not
I get
that
in the
done.
right.
All right. Well, there you go. We got different levels of done, apparently, but...
Exactly.
Oh, my God. I just remember looking at you, what I thought was you, and being so appalled that you were eating. And that was all I could focus on was, what? He's eating?
I just hadn't finished. I was still hungry.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. So, moving on from that nonsense, coming up, we got good stuff coming up.
We got a ton of good stuff coming up. Can't wait to see all our peeps and friends at a very, very, very busy spring that we have.
Yeah, we got M.S.E.S. is next, right? Is that next?
That is correct. Well, I'll see a whole bunch of people at Princess, and I think you're going to put yourself down at the hug station, right?
I will. I will be hosting the hugging station again. This is a very important part of the race, you know.
That is it's a huge part. I looked at Disney's. I looked at the program, and they still haven't put it onto the program.
I don't even understand that.
I don't either. It hasn't made it to the program, but I know that everybody has it on their calendar, and they understand that's one of the most important features of Princess Weekend coming up.
Yes, and it's at the white VIP tent before the finish line. So even before you get to Mr. Mouth over here, the noisy one, you have to stop by me for the hug, right?
There you go. There you go.
To heck with your PR. You know what I really loved last at Walt Disney World Marathon is when you left your stage and then you went down about 100 yards before the finish line. I think people really enjoyed that.
Yeah, every once in a while it's just great, as you know, you've done it yourself before, and you know the feeling. It's just good to get yourself out there on the race course and just, catch people before they're there. And they're always so surprised because it's not something we do a ton of. But, and I actually walked, you said 100 yards. I ended up I kept walking. I ended up about a quarter mile, into the crowd. And people really enjoyed it. I got a lot of hugs too. Not as many as you did, but I got a lot of hugs. We took a lot of selfies and just really enjoyed it. And as you said, so many people I don't care about my time. I just need to know that if I'm seeing you here, it can't be too far from the actual finish line.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, actually, one of the things I was talking with someone about the other night is, I'm not happy with the courses that take me near the finish line. Even if I know I'm at mile 8, when I hear the announcer, in my mind, I'm done.
Right. Right.
So I don't like getting close. And, when we do get close to your voice in particular at these races, it feels pretty exciting. And then to have you out there, you should come, whatever race I run, you should come out to visit me and give me a hug.
Okay, that's a deal. You're on.
That would be
any race that either goes by the finish line before you're actually finished, and there are a number of them, any course that does that, or as you said, and I haven't really experienced this more than a couple times, and it's been a long time since then, that you can hear the finish line, and yet you still have to run 2, 3, 4 miles, 5 miles. Even if you have to run another 600 yards, it's too far. So that always makes it an extra challenge when you're there, but you're not there.
And then going back to that at Walt Disney World, I think it was when I did the 5K and I was in Corrales, so I started pretty quickly. And as I go, I could hear you yelling "go" because you said "go" like 74 million times there, right?
Yeah,
like 800
just a few less than that.
Slightly, but it's kind of funny where I'm a mile away and I can hear you yelling "go," and then I come out through I come through the finish line. I get my medal. I go get my drink. You're still yelling "go." I go get on the bus and I can't move. They won't let these buses out because Rudy Novotny's still over there yelling "go." So
yeah, well, in that case, the route for the bus back to where you needed to go and back to where everybody needed to go crossed with the actual course.
Yep.
So and as you know, we had, and I don't remember what the actual number was. It was
significant.
I think it was close to 30. I think it was close to 30 because we were doing mini corrals. It wasn't like we were we weren't into double letters or anything. We weren't a corral AAA or BBB or anything like that. But corral A only had one. But when we got to C or D or E, we might have had 3 mini corrals or 4 mini corrals, stuff like that. So yeah, I believe it was something like 45 minutes for the last corral
at
to start.
least. Yeah.
Yeah, 45, 50 minutes. So, yeah, but we got, like you said, we got Encinitas coming up. Encinitas Half, that's so much fun.
Yeah, and this is second annual. And if folks, you're in the area or you want to go on a racecation, that is a crazy fun race. The pre-race event is a party. The post-race event is a party. We love it. That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, 7.5 miles of coastal running where you're actually in sight or in sound of the ocean in beautiful North San Diego County. A great breakfast after, and a really, really fun party with lots of bling. It's really exceptional. As Fitz said, it's only the second presentation, but boy, if it's anywhere near as good as year one, where you usually have, a little of this or a little of that go wrong.
Nothing went wrong last year.
Which never happened, exactly. Yeah. It's our friends Bob and Meg Nichols just do a wonderful job. Great volunteers, fantastic community support, and just a super fun. The whole weekend, the whole energy of North Coastal San Diego is spectacular. It's a great run. I'd love to see more people out there.
Absolutely. And then 2 weeks later, we have Skechers Performance Los Angeles Marathon.
Oh, that's huge. So that's an iconic run. I mean, when you start at Dodger Stadium and end up at the Santa Monica Pier and everything in between, the route is just amazing. Our friends from Conquer Endurance Group, I should say, do a phenomenal job. There's so much attention to detail. And just an amazing 26.2 mile route. Now, of course, there's the Big 5K as well the day before.
Tons of fun.
Right. Anybody with family members or anybody looking to do something a little shorter, that is over at Dodger Stadium. You kind of go out and about, start and finish in Dodger Stadium. Just absolutely spectacular.
And then we have the kids' races.
Fitz Koehler, never going to forget those kids races. That's her specialty. The kids races is a lot of fun.
Yes, and my only burden there is not being the creepy announcer who squishes and squeezes and kisses all the kids. I try so hard.
You do. You do a pretty good job at holding that back.
I do. On occasion, if they run into my arms or if they hit the ground and they don't get up, I have a good excuse to
That's true.
lift
That's
them.
true.
Oh my gosh. But I'm excited about that one, and there's two things I'm focused on right now is, at LA, we have so many world-class athletes from around the world, so we need to get the phonetic spellings of some of these names, because I was in an Uber with a guy from Kenya coming back from Texas the other day, and our female winner, her name was something like Hepgerbot or something like that. I asked him, he knew who she was, and he said her name is pronounced Majuju or something completely different than the way it looks.
That's true. Well, when we get, we start getting the Kenyans, the Ethiopians, and some of the and the Moroccans, some of those names do get a little tricky. And I agree. I saw your email to the race staff going, "Can we have phonetics on all those, please?"
Oh my gosh!
It's actually a very good idea. Very good idea, because as you and I know very well, and as I complain vocally from time to time, no one, it seems, is named Smith or Johnson
Not
or
one.
Jones anymore.
No.
And if you are, if you're out there yelling at your podcast device, your MP3 player, whatever, because that's your name, please come to our races, because we'd love to see you at the finish line and give you a shout out.
At least. Oh, remember the girl at Carlsbad Marathon who gave us some fake name? Her name was like Coco Buns or something. And then she has, on our announcer screen, we get first name, last name, city, state, maybe country, age. And so on occasion, Rudy and I screw with each other, and I see this wacky name come up. Her name was, again, it was Cocoa Nuts or something. But I see a big word for her city, and I go, Rudy, where is she from? And he leans in. Do you remember where she put she was from?
No, where was she from on that one?
The state was Hawaii, and she put her city in as Wanalakahaini.
Oh, yes.
Rudy,
Yes.
where's
Thank you very
from?
much. Talk about taking advantage of the announcers.
Oh, so sweet.
And actually, and the rest of that day, there were a couple that we can't share on this
Correct.
on this podcast. Thank you very much, folks.
That's right. Yeah, we do our best, but sometimes we get a good laugh out of the names. And at Los Angeles, I want your bet. Do you think the Flamingo will beat the T-Rex this year? Last year we had a big grand finale with the T-Rex and the Flamingo.
That's true. I think they were shoulder to shoulder coming into the finish line. It was quite a battle. But for sure the T-Rex is, as you pointed out to me, the T-Rex, no matter what happened, the T-Rex won their age group.
Yeah, the Jurassic Park division, the
correct,
100...
the 5 billion and over.
That's right. So there's some success for everybody. But yeah, I think the T-Rex came by and was kind of celebrating, greeting the fans, and then the Flamingo just cruised on by them, and it was big time. So my money's on the Flamingo this year if they come back.
Sounds good. I'll look forward to seeing them duel it out at the finish line.
All right, mister. Thank you so much for finally agreeing to be a guest on my show again.
Pleasure. It's always fun. Love talking running, racing, and everything in between. And, of course, we've got loads and loads of stuff coming up behind all those dates with Big Sur and OC Marathon. And you've got lots and lots of stuff you're doing, Buffalo and other stuff. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I have Buffalo Marathon, Ann Arbor Marathon, Ann Arbor 5K. I really like the people in Michigan, apparently. Apparently they like me back.
And apparently they like you. So, well, thank you for inviting me on. It's always fun to do the podcast, but get your butt back here, Koehler. We got work to do. You
got it. Well, I adore you, and thank you for being my favorite person with noise and stuff.
Thanks, Fitz. I'm going to run today, and I'm going to be extra careful.
No running today. Go do something else. Strength train. Got it?
Got it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Rudy, you tell them what to do. Tell them what to get to.
Get to work.
That's right. Get to work, everybody. Bye.
Hi, this is Rudy Novotny, the voice of America's Marathons. We all love how much running has benefited every aspect of our lives, so much so that most of us only wish we'd started sooner. Wouldn't it be wonderful to give the opportunity to children of today? Well, you can. The Morning Mile is a before-school walking and running program that gives children a chance to start each day in an active way while enjoying fun, music, and friends. That's every child, every day. It's also supported by a wonderful system of rewards, which keeps students highly motivated and frequently congratulated. Created by our favorite fitness expert, Fitz Koehler, Morning Milers across the country have run over 2 million miles and are having greater success with academics, behavior, and sports because of it. The Morning Mile is free to the child, free to the school, and is inexpensively funded by businesses or generous individuals. Help more kids get moving in the morning by visiting morningmile.com. Champion the program at your favorite school or find out more about sponsorship opportunities. That's morningmile.com. Long may you run.